for the Uncle Summer Show in the building. Let me make sure I'm saying your name. I saw Brim's 101. I saw Brim.
Actually, Brim's 101 is it's Brim 101. It's the name of the mixtape that I recently had out.
Okay.
It's Brim is sort of an acronym.
Okay.
It's just boy rhyming and music.
Born.
Yeah, born rhyming and music.
Wow. Okay. All right. I like it. I'm glad you said that because I wanted to ask you that earlier. Which, by the way, Brim is in the building. He made it through the traffic in Miami. And as I promised for YouTube and Facebook, we were going to post up the show once he got in the studio because I wanted to get this man in the studio. So we got him here, and we also recorded a few minutes on Blog Talk Radio, so you can go there and also check out what happened through traffic. You can check it out at blogtalkradio.com/onpointwithsummer. You can listen to it anytime on demand. Had one of his fans call in, like maybe one of your #1 fans, I don't know. She was cute. She was cute. Sorry that you missed it. But you know you have fans, man. We don't have to even.
I mean, I don't know. I'm speechless when it comes to that. If I have a fan, I mean, I'm happy. You know, whether it's 1, 2, 3. I mean, just for me to say somebody actually, reaches through my music.
Yeah.
I mean, that's powerful for me. I like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I put a lot of thought into what I do. So, for anybody to say, hey, I like that. I appreciate what you're coming out with. It makes me feel good. Because, I mean, honestly, I feel like for a long time, lyricism was gone in hip-hop. And, with artists like Wale, J. Cole, just to name a few, they're trying to bring that back.
Exactly.
Because, I mean, no disrespect to the other guys that are doing the music. I mean, keep doing it. But I just felt like, the lyric part of hip-hop was just gone.
Right. For
a long time. And, just kind of got fed up. And, a lot of my friends told me, hey, you need to stop playing around with the talent that you have. I mean, sometimes the way you joke around sounds better than what a lot of people are doing out now. So, I just told myself, you know what, let me just stay focused and stay serious about it. And I just got to it.
Yeah.
Started about like a year and a half ago. So within a year and a half, my buzz started getting pretty good. I like that. So I just told myself, if I can get a street team, I'll be just fine.
Yeah, you will. And it's coming, because like we were talking earlier, you're building your team right now. So, we're broadcasting live from Classics Recording Studio in beautiful Miami, Florida. And if you hear anything going on in the background, they're working back there. They're making things happen in the studio. And like I said, they're one of the newest and best studios here in South Florida. And if you guys want to check them out, you need to check them out. You need to call them and make an appointment. The number is 305-999-9786. Again, that's Classics Recording Studios over here in Miami, Florida. They'll help you with all your recording needs. Yeah, so I like the fact that you brought up, the change in hip hop. Because there's a lot of people. I was just speaking to a friend of mine last night saying, where hip hop began. It really in New York, it was a lifestyle.
Exactly.
And a lot of people try to imitate that.
True.
And it's hard to imitate something that was, so when you said that, it broke off a little bit, we have some new school people coming up that I guess
are trying to pretty much bring it back. That whole element, that feel that, guys used to like, people used to like in general, everything. Don't get it twisted. I'm a huge Rick Ross fan, huge Wayne fan. Me personally, I grew up loving Biggie because I am originally from New York, but I represent Miami. But it's just showing people, how creative you can be with words. It's something I felt that was gone.
Yeah.
And like I said, with the new artists that we have now, it's slowly coming back.
Yeah.
You have a lot of fans that are starting to respect and say, hey, what did he say? Play that again.
Yeah, listen to it. Listen to the lyrics.
Exactly. So nowadays for a lot of people it's just about a beat, and I just want my music to be more than that.
Yeah.
So, if I never sell $1 million in my life, the fact that I felt like you received something from my music and you got what I was saying, I'll be just fine.
Yeah, and that's not imitation. That's what I was getting to.
Exactly.
Because that's real.
No, definitely that. And I mean, I never wanted to portray anything that I wasn't. So,
Right.
you know, and it's hard for, you know, it's pretty hard for a lot of people to say, hey, you know, Miami's not really respected lyrically. You know, we're just known for, you know, rocking your body type of music or whatever. But I mean, we have some lyrical guys out here right now. You know, I mean, just to name a few, you got up and coming guys like this guy named Reese Head, K Cutter, Jimmy Day. You got a lot of guys that are coming up. Briscoe. They're doing their thing, so I mean, you know, they can't really say that Miami's not lyrical.
Right.
And I mean, I've honestly been compared so many times to a J. Cole and Wale that I actually had to do research on these individuals, you know what I'm saying? And to understand, hey, you know, I could understand they got that whole poetic poetry type of thing going on, which is what I do.
Right.
So I like that.
Yeah, I like that you brought that up too, because you know what? The most important thing is you can be compared to somebody, but you went and you researched because you go, oh, you look like so and so, or you sound like so and so. Really, is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I mean, exactly. You know, it depends. And I'm actually, you know, I'm flattered for anybody comparing to a J. Cole or Wale.
Yeah.
Because these guys are, I mean, they're up there. They're hot right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, to tell you the truth, J. Cole's probably one of my favorite right now.
Right now. Stay up, downtown.
Exactly. Just having fun with it. And I like that.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah. So, let's go back to the lyrical side of you, because you know I like to write myself, and I told you we're gonna play a lot of your music tonight, but I want to go to wordplay. Is that the name of it?
Yeah, exactly. Wordplay. Honestly, I'm gonna just put it out there. I don't really write.
Okay.
Everything I do is just pretty much composed in my head. Really? And I just go straight into the studio, and like I guess the way that I want it set out, I do it. Now, obviously, you know, a couple times I probably mess up here and there, but you know, we'll just go from there. So I mean, is it sort of a freestyle? Some would say. Mm-hmm. But I mean, like, there's probably a few things that I probably jot down because hey, this one is so good, I want to make sure I don't forget it. Yeah. But I mean, most of the stuff I've done was honestly freestyle. You know, I don't have a notebook. I mean, maybe once in a while I'll carry some, you know, notes on my phone, some lyrics, but I really keep a notebook. So you want to go live right now and do something? A little something? Can you spit some freestyle? Doesn't matter. Show us what you got then before we play your... Is you gonna put me on the spot? I mean, I hate to put. I don't like to put, because I sent you the questions. You know that I was gonna ask you. So be honest. If you don't want to right now, we could do. Right. So just go ahead. Yeah. All right. I think you haters just sick. It may be medical, working hard to bring my name out while you hanging on my testicles. Professor Flow, I'll break you down to a chemical. The music ain't in my heart, it's probably under my ventricle. Anyway, the game built me up. I guess I was overdue. I call my girl the window because I just like the view. She let her grab my mic. She don't even need a cue. And when it's all said and done, I'm spitting out beef stew. And she probably won't like that line like a tape. She knows she's fine. If money's the root of evil, then I'm attached to the mind. If my flow ain't the flu, then it's a part of swine. Got the game coming over. Got the game bending over. And guess who coming behind? Man, I was born to shine. Killer clock, homie. This is my time. Shout her name my chick. Yeah, she wanna find. What? Yeah. He put it down. You see, I love that. I love the fact that, you know, I can't do that. I told you I could write and everything, but I can't just go off the top like that. I mean, tell you the truth, like most of the time, man, a lot of these guys, a lot of the new up-and-coming artists, what they do is the rhyme that they probably, you know, recorded, they keep that stored in their mind, you know, just in case moments like this. Because even though it's a freestyle, sometimes you might be put on the spot, and hey, you might not be able to produce. Exactly. So you gotta keep these in mind. Yeah, you know? So. I hear you. But seriously, I've written some stuff, and I don't remember any of it. I mean, I wrote something yesterday, and I don't remember what. You know what I'm saying? But once you get to a certain age, you've got a long way to go. But once you reach a certain age, that's what happens to us. Yeah. So that's very impressive. I like that. You know, I like the lyrics. Let's do wordplay. Let's play that a little bit and let the listeners hear that.
Alright, that's it. I'm gonna try to slide back through those. Word ain't sick, those keys in my own mind. Connected, got my phone line.
Sorry, neighbor, should get what I want to sign. Still rooted like the quest. I'm taking smoking like West. Please know this is what I'm about.
Okay. Rewind. Stop. Stop and rewind. Because you know how we do at the On Point with Summer Show. We have people come through the building. You never know who's going to roll through here. It's okay, though. Because we do it how we do it. So I'm going to hear it again. I want to be able to hear it.
Word ain't sick, I'm caged in my own mind. Stay connected like a phone line. Sorry, neighbor, should get what I want to sign. Still rooted like the quest. I'm taking smoking like West. East, north, south, business is what I'm about. Y'all can't be really for me, I know what it's about. Recruited very late for life, time to stop. Started doing Mississippi, seeing 23. Rapping for money scenes, Wu-Tang and cream. Taking out my dream. Call me Yellow Jacket, cause that's where the money is. It is the wordplay. Yeah, I said the wordplay. Thursday. Brooklyn is my birthplace. That is the wordplay.
We don't even want to stop it. It's like, I love that.
Appreciate it.
You know, I'm telling you, the first time I heard it was last night. And, you know, because I was going through making sure, because I had gotten in touch with you and I had left one of the songs off that was going to be on Blog Talk, and I had needed to reload. I needed to load it up so that it would be able to play. And I said, let me listen to the other stuff. I was like, man, is it too late for me to tell them, can I get this in? So I'm so glad things worked out for a reason. You know, I'm so glad that we were able to get it in and get you on for your wordplay. Chad in the building. Chad, don't try to sneak through. Come here, put your face in.
Hello, Sir Chad.
Sir Chad in the building. Good. You never know who's gonna come through here on the On Point with Summer Show. What's up? Say what's up. You're coming back down?
Lady and the fellas entertaining. We coming back down though. We gonna have more to talk about.
Most definitely. Keep in touch. See you. Yeah, we got all kind of artists running through here. You just never know. Y'all need to check them out. Plastics Recording Studios over here. You might even run into me one day. You never know. But you said something about Gary Payton. What? I'm a sports fan, so I want to catch those sports metaphors. I mean, you know what I'm like?
No, when I said Gary Payton, I just said, you know, and being part of this life can pay tons.
Gary, yeah.
So, you know, it's just a quick metaphor, you know. But the funny thing is, a lot of people probably still don't get it.
They won't, and you know what? You don't even, like I said, I'm a sports fan. That's why I did. But it's just so, but how would you put
those things? I mean, I don't know, like, just, to me, I just go by my influences, Mom. Yeah. You know, right now, probably, you know, Jay-Z.
Yeah.
I mean, huge Jay-Z fan, like, huge. So, you know, like, you know, not to say I pattern my stuff, you know, against these other guys, right. But I mean, you know, they're your influence. Yeah. So, you know, no matter what, you gotta admit that, you know, part of what's in you is where it came from, which is like Jay-Z or Andre 3000, which another guy who's very underrated. I mean, I honestly think Andre 3000 is probably one of the best.
Yeah. People sleep, you know, I mean, sometimes we get, I do this all the time. I'll go buy a CD for one song. And like, I'll be like, oh yeah, that was real good. 3 years later, I haven't even listened to like the whole thing. And I go, really? I slept on this, you know? And I go back and, you know.
You know, it's funny. I said I would never really share this with anybody because it's kind of embarrassing. But I remember when I was younger, and Tupac's Dear Mama came out, right? And I know you guys are going to laugh at me. But you know when he said, and Mama made miracles every Thanksgiving. Until I was about in 9th grade, I was saying, and Mama made middle cools every Thanksgiving. I thought it was some sort of like, you know, maybe a treat, a ghetto dish or something. You know, I didn't know. So, you know, when that was in class, you know, like, and I said a real lie. I said with a lot of emphasis, like I knew the lyrics. So I'm like, and Mama made middle cools every Thanksgiving. And my friend's like, what? Say it again? Middle cools, right? Well, I mean, by the way, what is that? Middle cools? I don't know. I thought it was, you know, some sort of dish they made or some sort of potluck. I don't know.
Yeah,
so, I mean, it was just hilarious when they told me it was miracles. I'm like, oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Hello.
Yeah,
Brim in the building, confessing on Point with Summer Show. It's out there now, baby. No, but we've all done that. I do that, and my girlfriend. I gotta tell it. Everybody knows the Jeffersons. She said we were in this club, and I don't know, the DJ started playing like show tunes, Good Times and all those like shows. Yeah. And he started playing the theme from the Jeffersons. Why did he do that? My girlfriend's over there singing loudest as she could. She's saying, moving on up to D5. I was talking to this guy, and I go, hold up, wait a minute. What did you just say? And she said, moving on up to D5. I go, what's 2D5? And she goes, the number of the apartment. I go, okay, first of all, they went to the penthouse, so I think it's above 2. Exactly. So, it's just one of those things. It's to the east side. I won't say your name, but you know who you are. It's one of those things. But yeah, so we got to listen to the words. And like I said, I'll listen to a CD, sometimes for one song. But, when I have an artist on the show, I want to listen to it all. Exactly. Because I want to make sure that it's appropriate for the crowd, for the listeners that I'm going to have. And also, because I want to be able to talk to you and get in your head. I want to know where it came from. I want to know what went into that. Because fans want to know that. That's what I think. I think fans want to know that.
Definitely. I totally agree with that. I mean, you never know, because a lot of people, whatever type of music you make, sometimes they really want to know what influenced you at the moment.
Right.
And, it's funny because, like, even though I go by Brim, I also got, like, every rapper probably has, like, an alter ego. Okay. And for me, it's, like, Brimlo.
Okay.
And, and that started originally from, I grew up, my grandmother raised me. Mm-hmm. So I kind of have, like, a lot of hostility and questions about, my past and my parents, especially my mother. So I guess a lot of influence in me sitting down and doing poems and writing came from all that aggression.
Right.
I needed some way to channel it. Yeah. So, I guess you could say that's how I started getting better and better with time. And I also feel like, lyrical artists have slept on me because, some people, they probably might not respect, I guess you're a college educated individual.
Right.
I mean, hey, I wasn't in the streets 24/7. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I had a rough childhood, but at the same time, I did what I had to do.
Right. So. Yeah, I have different artists from different types of upbringing, and I had one that, I got a lot of feedback on him, and positive feedback, and most of it was about how he said that he was raised by a mother and a father, and so it's just like you can come from a single parent, you can come from a family atmosphere. Exactly. It's just what is here
what's in your head, exactly.
That you want to.
I agree with you.
Yeah, so I like your style. I really do. Appreciate it. So talk a little bit, because earlier we asked you about your genre, your style, and where it came from. Talk a little bit now, because we're re-recording. Just for the audience.
Well, like I was saying, I'm mainly hip hop. I mean, just mainly hip hop. I mean, you could probably sometimes throw in a couple like neo soul type of vibe. Like I guess you could say a Drake vibe or something like that. Yeah. Exactly. I'm just pure hip hop.
Yeah.
That's where you could just categorize me right there with the Big Sean's and the J. Cole's and Wale's. I'm right there.
I like it. And you were talking about your team building.
Yeah, exactly. I'm actually currently trying to get a team. So if anybody's out there interested, to try to help me market myself, I definitely could use the help. So right now,
I'm helping you, man. I'm gonna help you. If I hear anybody, I could pass your way. I definitely.
Please do that. I'm dealing with this guy named Tony Major. Like I said, he's a promoter all over the Miami, Florida area. Me and him, we met at the gym, the downtown Florida Center, where I was personal training at. And, I just started sharing some, lyrics with him here and there. And he was just telling me, hey, you're real talented. You need to do something with that. Mm-hmm. And, we just started working from there. Okay. And I think another boost for me was the CEO of Young Money, Mac May.
Okay.
He works out there as well. I gave him a CD one day, and he literally, you know, came up to me and told me, hey, you know, you're gonna be all right.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like it's just refreshing. Like, you know, what you're doing is refreshing.
Yeah.
So he told me, you know, you're tight. You'll be there. You'll get there soon. So that kind of gave me a boost to, you know, want to continue to make the music.
Yeah. Yeah, that always helps when you get a compliment like that, because that's big, right?
You know, that's big. I mean, it's a dude who's in the industry. And he knows music. I mean, his partner is Lil Wayne, so of course he knows something.
Yeah, you know? And it's not, that's just confirmation, you know?
Exactly.
That's all that is. So,
that's why I try to stay patient, because I know at the end of the day, it's, you know, it's only a matter of time.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, no disrespect to a lot of other Miami artists, but I feel like I'm probably one of the untapped sources of, you know, music period. You know, I just feel like I'm underestimated, underrated. So, and, you know, just one of the better, you know, artists. So, just looking to just get my name out there.
Yeah. And you will. You're performing next Thursday?
Exactly. I'll be performing next Thursday at Iguanas. It's going to be Secret Thursdays as on Thursday. I don't have the Iguanas address off the top of my head.
Some Pines University for local South Florida locals. Pines University.
Exactly. And if anybody who knows me, who's watching right now, you know, I could definitely love to see you guys there. You know, bring all your friends. I mean, you already know how I do it every time I do a show, so we all have fun.
Yeah, we're definitely going to try to be in the building, because I'm close by there. We're close by there right now. We might head over there right now and see what's up. So Tony Major, shout out to Tony Major for your promotion skills. I've been seeing you on Facebook too. I've been seeing him on Facebook, you know. So that's how I heard about the Cafe Iguana thing. And so I wanted to ask you about that. So how can everyone get a hold of your music?
If they want to get a hold of my music, they can go to my Twitter. As far as my information, you go to Brimlow85. That's BRIM Low, the number 85. You can go to my Facebook. That's also Brim. It's BRIM. I'm right there. You can't miss me. And you can go to my Reverb Nation. My Reverb Nation handle is Brim Compere. That's BRIM. Last name is COMPERE.
Got it. All right. So they're gonna be checking you out there. Let's talk about. You did a freestyle on the Kanye. Did we play? We didn't play that yet, did we? I want to hear that. It's called Brim's 101.
That one is called
Wait a minute, I got it messed up.
It's
the mixtape.
The mixtape. Well, the mixtape is called Brim 101, and that song, I think it's a Runaway, just a Runaway freestyle.
Runaway freestyle. Yeah. Let's hear that a little bit.
Yeah, honestly, that probably was one of my favorites. But the engineer that I did it with at the time, he wasn't quite finished. So I think that one might be kind of distorted. I'm supposed to fix it though. I mean, it's a really good song. I like it.
Yeah, I do too. Yeah, what's he trying to cover with his white out?
Yeah.
What's up with? I like it. I like it.
With that one, I just felt like I had a message to put out there.
Yeah.
You know, like if anybody got a chance to really understand what I was saying, I was just like, you know, I'll just re-say the lyrics.
Yeah.
I was saying, runaway love, please a runaway love. We never got it together. It was a runaway fuck. Life lessons with demonic depression, trying to change these notes through these Mozart expressions. And it's a blessing to be the artist you invest in, even with no answers. I ain't never been questioned. But a lot of rappers change approach, talking about the stormy weathers when they wearing raincoats. More like undercover rainbows, rocking Louis purses while they swimming in the same boats. And I know they want to banish me right before I put my first name on rap's canvassy. Visionary, because I can see it right out, even with the lights out. What's your favorite rapper trying to cover with his white out? I'm still gunning a couple bars and running. I call these bitches Niagara to keep my shit coming. Elected me, my city suggested me as the hottest nigga from the bottom to the fucking keys. And I'm never out of touch. You can still feel me. Promise to be loyal and still seal me. Not a clean sucker. You could never bill me. I'm on my Cosby flow, near the sweat, and if the game kills me, I hope I made it better.
What?
Yeah.
It's just, you know, it's like if you don't catch it the first time.
Yeah, you will miss it. And
yeah.
I've had a lot of people say that, like, you know, I heard that song at least about 10 times, and at least every time I've caught something that I didn't understand, and that's how I want it to be.
It is. That should
and
be.
As long as if I can get that production team and that team to back me, I'm telling you guys will hear a lot of new stuff that, you know, it's just a lot of people aren't doing right now.
Yeah.
So I mean.
No, because it's for real. Because it makes people keep listening to it.
Exactly.
Come back, bring it back. Because I didn't hear that when I played it. Did you earlier, Bree? Because we were listening to it. Seriously.
It's kind of different when the rapper himself is here.
Yeah.
Saying, you
that's
know,
why I love it that you can go and do it off the, you know.
Just go straight up.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how you're gonna be tested. I mean, there's gonna be days where you do a show, and you know, hey, the stuff is not working. You know.
Yeah.
You gotta go acapella.
Yeah.
You gotta do it. You gotta perform. So you never know. So you always gotta be ready. And the sad part is a lot of artists go into the studio, they bring a little sheet of paper, and you know they're sitting here trying to, you know, rhyme, and you know it. Honestly, engineers and just, you know, if you're gonna get signed to a label, they don't want to see any of that. You gotta be prepared. Go straight in there and get the work done.
Yeah, no, because they don't have all day.
Because the thing is, you can't really get your emotions going when you're sitting here trying to spit into the mic and then looking at your paper. You know, it's just, you can't get into it like that.
Yeah, and you know, it's good that you bring that up, because that tells me that it's coming from your heart, you know, because it's almost like a baby. It's something that you create, okay, and you want to do it with your whole being, you know, and so I can feel you saying that, but again, in defense of some of us more seasoned people, we need some clip notes. We need the BlackBerry, and I need reading glasses to look at the BlackBerry just then, okay? So that's just letting you know that I feel you, but I also feel the other side too.
No problem. I hear you.
So talk to us about your reason for grinding like you do.
I mean, honestly, I gotta start off and saying my grandmother. You know, just, you know, a person that, you know, gave up a lot for me growing up as a child. I mean, it's kind of like, it kind of makes me want to do more with myself, you know, to make her happy, and for her to just enjoy the little bit of time that she does have left on the earth, you know, just enjoy it a little bit more. So that's why I grind so hard. And, you know, 2 would be my children. My son is 3 and my daughter is 2. And they're probably one of the biggest influences to me, like, you know, like, as far as like me making a big change in my life.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, I get the motivation from them every day to want to do better.
Yeah.
So I guess that's where you can say I get it from.
Yeah.
And, you know, just keep positive, because, I mean, in the rap game, in the music game, period, there's always going to be highs and lows.
Definitely.
There's always going to be a day where, hey, you know, you get some good feedback, and, you know, you might get signed here, and the next day you might get dropped. So you got to always be prepared mentally.
Yeah, it's a roller coaster.
Definitely.
It's a roller coaster ride. It's almost like artists these days pretty much have to be split personality type individual.
Exactly.
Bipolar. I don't know.
And it's hard, because, I mean, even though you want to do this type of music, you know, this is what commercial wants to hear.
Exactly.
So, you know, sometimes, I mean, in all honesty, sometimes you might have to bite the bullet and just go that route, you know. But that's the way that, you know, these people can, you know, reach you. Sometimes you got to go there.
Yeah. And be like Cirque du Soleil, flexible,
yeah,
you know?
pretty much. Be flexible. And, you know, you have to be flexible.
Yeah.
You know, like I said, you can't always be hardcore. You know, sometimes the audience won't see a different side of you.
Right. I mean, you know, I listen to your lyrics, and again, this goes back to the visual. You know, I mean, you look like you're gonna come in here and just start screaming at me. You know what I'm saying? You have this, but you're so gentle.
See,
you know,
I get that a lot. You know, I mean, first impressions and first appearances means a lot. So, I mean, if you look at me, you probably think, you know, I'm gonna hurt somebody or something like that. But I mean, I'm just here to have fun, man.
Yeah, and you're so sweet. You know, you're like a very humble.
Yeah.
You know,
I try to be humble.
Yeah, you definitely are. Really, I'm so glad that you took time to come on the show.
I really wanted to come on the show. I had a lot of people talk about it.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people talk about this is a great up and coming in this show. I had to be on it.
Yeah. On point with summer, baby, where it's always summertime. Good looking out. Nice plug. Hate him for that. No, but I like the fact you brought up your grandmother. That's mad respect. How old is she?
Right now she's 91.
Wow, 91. Wow. Those are, I have a grandmother that's 103. She turned 103 in June. And, I believe that longevity comes from, just good living and just nature.
Yeah, good nature, good living and stuff like that. I say the same thing because, from 91, she doesn't even look like it. She has a lot of sense.
Yeah.
She's very stubborn. She wants to do everything on her own. So that's very impressive for 91. She can go all the way downtown and still find her way home.
Really? Yeah. Dude, what's her name? I need to buy her. I can't even do that. I know how to get to my downtown and that's it. Express and that's it. Because it's my bad. I was trying to get him over here earlier.
It's cool.
Get you here.
The sad part is it's actually literally like 2 blocks away from my house. I could have walked here.
So you can walk back because we're gonna have you back on the show for sure.
Definitely, I can't wait to come back.
Big time. So you already talked about what you want your music to say to everyone. You have a song called "Talk About." What is that?
That "Talk About" was basically, that's when I guess you could say I started trying to make a name for myself.
Okay.
And I don't know, just sitting there in the studio and I was like, talk about it. Because, not like I'll go on Twitter and, somebody say, hey, I like that new track that you got. Or, I'll get a message on my Facebook and say, hey, just keep pushing it, because you're trying to make a name for yourself. A lot of people are talking about you. So, let me just see if I can make a song out of this, And it just came to me like that.
Okay. All right, let's hear that a little. Talk about. Bam.
I am not a pope. I am like a Heimlich. I will never choke. These niggas talking pressure. And I spit strokes and I never smoke dope. I'm right there to hope. I am not an actor. This is not a recital. I am not a preacher. This is not a revival. I will not lose and I will play the title. I am a murderer. You niggas check your vitals. Smoking switches like a tribal. These niggas on these stuff that they call it suicidal. Got this shit gassed up in my bio. All these niggas fuck. These niggas like marriage trials. For those who ain't heard of me, I only came to repair what needs some surgery.
Alright, I like that. I'm glad that I had you explain it, but it really didn't even need an explanation. I just like to get the artist, to get the fans to kind of like go in the booth with them. If you will.
No, I get what you're saying.
And that's why I always say kind of explain it, because prepare them, and then once you come out, that's the finished product. And so I kind of like to do that. I'm weird that way, but
it's fine. It's just exactly how I named the mixtape, Brim 101. Just like teaching you of me, teaching you stuff that I'm doing. That album was pretty raw, man. I did that in probably 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And like I said, basically I pay everything myself.
Yeah.
Because if I believe in me, I'll just back myself. So that's what I was doing. So I was just thinking, man, imagine if I had like a street team, a production team, what I could have really done. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people like that.
Yeah.
And I don't know, a lot of people notice if you like that, like they support that grind music.
Yeah.
They
I know.
love that grind music.
Because this feel like
That was like I get that feeling like when Kanye first came out with the Through the Wire.
Yeah.
I get that kind of feeling from it. You know, that song was very raw.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, it was just so influential. Like, I mean, that's another guy who I'm a huge fan of.
Yeah. Me too. And I knew that obviously from the Runaway freestyle that you did. Because usually you ain't gonna go on somebody's.
and honestly, you gotta be pretty bold to even want to try to go on somebody's song. You know, the next one, I'm really going over my head. I went and did Jay-Z's Reasonable Doubt.
Okay.
Came out the Hustle freestyle.
Yeah.
I did my own version, so like.
Where's that? You need to.
No, well, trust me, I'll bring it out.
Okay.
You know,
come back.
Some of my friends were like, "Sure, you want to do that?" It's Jay-Z right there. I said, "No, I got this, man."
Yeah.
You gotta have the confidence sometimes.
You have to be. You have to be confident. And that's with any grind. That's
that's with any grind.
Whatever you're doing. Everything is a grind these days, and I'm like grinding so much. I need to change my name to Starbucks because you know what? I feel like that sometimes. I'm just like, I don't sleep, and I know you don't either because it's in your music. Brisha, she really
Grind Starbucks.
Some Starbucks. Anyway, Starbucks, you want to sponsor my show? Get at me. Yeah. So I feel you on that. The grind. Yeah, you get a lot more fans, I think, when they see that you're working really hard to get there, know. And then they feel like, I think, like, they family, they're with you. They've been there from the
beginning. I've seen your struggles.
Yeah.
Those are some of the best friends right there. Those are the most loyal friends when you really were nothing.
Yeah.
And they're enjoying you, on your come up.
Right. And and I'm gonna see you when you do blow up, which is gonna be in the near future. And I don't want you to forget about me, man.
Trust me. I know a lot of people say, I ain't gonna forget about you. I mean, God willing, I make it. I mean, trust me, man. It was the little things that probably got me there anyway.
For sure.
So, I've never turned down a show. I don't care where it's at.
Yeah.
I always, just try to show everybody that I'm humble. And even when they offer me a certain amount of money, sometimes I take it. I mean, I'm just trying to, build that connection to everybody and, make a name for myself.
Exactly.
So I know I'll get there.
Yeah, you will. You will for sure. And I need to let everyone know that also 3DP Magazine is looking for people to place advertisement in their magazine. 3dpmagazine.com is how you can get a hold of them to find out if you want to place your business in this beautiful, beautiful magazine. It's an upscale magazine covering 3 counties, Palm Beach, Broward, and Dade. 3dpmagazine.com. We need to get you in it. Yeah, because they put in upcoming artists and everything. We got Mark New York World. He's going to be on the show as well, very near future. He's in 3DP Magazine too. But yeah, I can get you the information on how you can get in there as well. What about any shout outs? You have any shout outs?
Well, shout outs definitely to, my peoples out there, Fort Pitt Kings. They're another up and coming group. These guys I went to high school with. My boy Reese had up and coming as well. Just shout out to my people out there. My boy Fred, Kenny, the other Kenny, my little brothers Ashley and Donald, my sister Shirley, my grandmother, my aunties, everybody, man, everybody I grew up with, everybody from Booker T listening in right now. I mean, my high school is probably some of my most loyal friends, people I grew up with. So shout out to them. Try to see if you guys can get me a show at school. I like that.
That'll work.
That'll work too. Talk with the principal, somebody. But yeah, man, I just want to shout out everybody in Miami, Summer and everybody that's in there and just having me here, man. I'm so grateful to be here.
Yeah, we definitely appreciate you being in the building. I want to ask you, 5-year goal, 5-year plan. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? I know it's not that far away, so
I mean, yeah, that's 5 years from now. Whew.
But I mean, it could go like this.
Yeah, I mean, it can. I mean, 5 years from now, I mean, I always tell myself if the rap thing never really pans out, I've always been interested in law school.
Okay.
If not law school, physical therapy, which is funny because I'm actually in law school at the moment.
Really?
So yeah. So
Congratulations.
Appreciate it. I mean, it's hard work.
Yeah, it is.
But I always tell myself, if things never fall up, it'll either be law school or physical therapy. But I mean, my first passion is music, you know, and I mean, like they always say, if you could find something that you would do for free, that'd be your career.
Yeah, exactly. I love that. Somebody knocking on the door on the On Point with Summer. They just, everybody's trying to get in. You know, that's a good look for the show, right? What about entertainment law? Is that what you was focused on?
Actually, yeah.
Yeah.
Entertainment would be the number one.
Yeah.
I wanted to do commercial law, but it's a little too boring, too much paperwork.
Yeah,
But I would say entertainment law would be my top.
Yeah. Oh, for sure, because there's just not enough entertainment attorneys out there. I mean, the artists need representation big time, you know? And since you already went through this, you know, are going through this, if you end up in that path, forget it. Because you already going to feel what the artists go through, you know? So, I also, go on, just push it. Or, On Point with Summer, baby. This is how we do. And it's, so we got your 5-year plan. We know that you're going to make it. But you're going to be an artist. I just have this feeling that you are. And your law degree is just going to be icing on that cake, because then you will know the legal aspect and you won't have to go out and get your own attorney. You know, you can be your own. So, I really appreciate you coming on the show. We got your show next Thursday coming up.
I want you guys to be there.
Yeah, Thursday. That's November 10th, right? Thursday, November 10th. That's day before Veterans Day. So we'll be here. We're gonna be doing a show here with Susan Maria.
And also, if there's any clubs out there that want to book me for a show or anything like that, I mean, you can hit me up on Facebook. Like I said, it's Brim, or hit me up on my Twitter, BRIMLOW85. I can always do a show here and there, man. I love, just put my face out there. So if you want to book me for a show, any club out there, I'll do it.
Yeah, we love, well, I say we, but I know I can speak for everyone. Love your attitude, your drive, and your determination. And you proved it because you drove from 2 blocks away from here to Sunny Isles, which is really far, to the beach.
Yeah, I was literally already on Collins.
All the way there and back through traffic in Miami, which is frustrating in and of itself. If it were me, I would have been like, Summer, who?
I mean, if you guys were in the car with me, the profanity.
The other side?
The other side, the other side when you came out like, man, ugh.
But you stayed calm on the phone with me, and you made it here. And honestly, I would have been at home in my bed right now. Like summer, next summer, baby. Next summer.
This is something I really want to do. I also had a good feeling about the show, so I definitely want to make sure I came to the show.
Yeah, well, we're definitely going to have you back in the building so that we can get a full-length blog talk version, so we can have your fans call in, because that is one of the most important things to me. Because I love to have the artists feel the love. You know what I'm saying? And we had a fan call in, and it was like right when you got disconnected, and she was so cute. So you'll hear it when you get to listen to the episode. But that's like you said, when you know that you have a fan, that says millions right there.
Exactly.
So.
So.
Promise you that I will have you back so that we can have you on and have the callers call in and share the love with you, okay?
I'd love to be back.
Yeah, I really appreciate you coming on. And as always, I want to send a shout out to all the troops wherever you may be stationed. Just remember you can log on to blogtalkradio.com/onpointwithsummer. Okay. And we're always having you guys in prayer, and that you will be returning home safely.
Shout out to Marvin, my little brother. He's in the Marines over there right now, so you take care, all right?
All right, yeah, Marvin. So you've been listening to and watching the On Point with Summer show. with Brim in the building, and Susan Maria joined us here as well. Encore the summer, where it's always summertime, baby. Check us out every Thursday night, 6:30 on Blog Talk Radio.
All right.
In your song you say that, I was thinking about Kevin Hart.
Well, actually, that's my little ad lib.
Is it?
Yeah, that's what I come in and say.